This is what we expected.
Kasabay ng pagtila ng nadarama.
This is what we got.
Kasabay ng pagtila ng nadarama.
This was supposed to be the world stage. But the sound kept getting cut. It could have been iconic. But last night, it was not. This has gotta be one of the darkest hours 18 has ever experienced. And I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. You've just seen it, right? So what the hell happened?
Pasensya na. Meron namin technical difficulties. Pero, sobrang tagal naming inantay na makatungtong dito.
A lot of fans are demanding for an explanation. In my opinion, we don't need one. Because I know exactly what happened. I don't like to sugarcoat here. Someone absolutely messed up here. Real badly. Now, I'm not a fan of cancel culture, and this video is absolutely not for canceling the 2020 Dubai Expo. This video is just to show you my personal take on the situation. So for the people who just missed the event, let me tell you what happened. SB19 performed live in Dubai Expo 2020. This is a world stage. This can be considered as the Olympics for all performers out there of different countries. So this is a big thing. This is supposed to be a stepping stone for SB19's quest for world domination. They received the invitation on a very short notice and they said yes to it. They literally were in the Philippines one day before the actual concert. So imagine how insane is that? They definitely had lack of rest, and for most artists, this short of a notice is definitely not easy. But guess what? SB19 put up a fight and showcased their showmanship. But the problem was that the technical side of things weren't really cooperating. The only member I can hear clearly was Josh. I could hear Stell, but his volume is a little bit too low. And the other three, their mics were just having issues, man.
Ano ba?
Ready na ba? Ready na?
Yeah, good.
Yun.
Ready na ba kayo? Mahina.
It was definitely a cringe fest for me.
Kasabay ng pagtila ng nadarama.
They sounded like that because they didn't even have in-ear monitors, so they couldn't hear themselves. And considering how loud the speaker was, and most especially the audience, there's definitely tendency that the voice would become tone deaf. You can even notice Stell trying so hard to cover one of his ears just to hear himself sing. And the missing in-ear monitor just made their tempo even worse. There were times that it felt like they weren't even in sync with the tempo. So let me go ahead and rip the band-aid for you and tell you the bad result out of this unfortunate event. Because of this incident, haters now have a proof, or what we call recibo, of SB19's bad performance. For fans like us, we know the story, we know what was happening behind the scenes, but how will it look like to casual viewers? They don't care about what's happening behind the scene, they will only care about the finished product. So that absolutely is bad. No sugarcoating, guys. Whoever fucks up behind the scenes, the scapegoat will always going to be the main artist. That's why the common denominators when it comes to people who organize events is that these people tend to be perfectionists. They care about the littlest things because they just can't afford to mess up. And if a mess up happens, it's the artist that suffers. And it might have not synced in yet for most people, but it will soon. I'm sorry to break it up to you guys. And this is what ultimately makes me sad. But out of all those negative things that happened, there is a silver lining. SB19 was able to showcase their professionalism. As you can notice, they were able to conduct the show must go on attitude, and they were able to pull it off. So kudos to SB19. They're definitely mature, and this is just another part of their growth as an artist. And another good thing that happened here is that they have learned one of the hardest lessons ever. And the first one is to learn to say no. Some invitations, some events might be so tempting that you'll look bad if you turn it down, but sometimes you just had to for the greater good. This definitely was obviously rushed, but it only proves the famous quote that says, timing is everything. But what happened, happened. We can't do anything about it. The only thing we can do is focus on the future. In order for this to be prevented in the future, the management should become more strict when it comes to short notice invitations. They have to list a few requirements before they say yes. For example, the most fundamental things: rehearsal, sound check, voice rest, and equipment calibration. These things need to be guaranteed before they can even start negotiating. If one of these are missing, I mean, you can't just afford to let your artist perform and risk hell to break loose anytime. You guys get me, right? And I would assume that they were not able to consider those things. Maybe because they don't have the person who is able to do it. Like a quality assurance person. They should have a person that goes on the site, checks out the equipment, the stage, the arrangement, everything. And if it passes the standards, then they can say yes. They have to have that person who can guarantee that failure is never gonna happen before they can say yes to an invitation. Because I'm absolutely sure that bigger artists have this type of person. And also the other lesson is something that we 18 have to learn. We have to be patient. I have been seeing a lot of bashing in social media blaming Show BT for being so slow when it comes to world domination. You know, the rollout of things have been so slow that, you know, SB19 is missing out on something. Man, we have to trust the process. It's not an overnight thing. Not because there is an event going on, they have to be there already. There are many factors that needs to align before something is made possible. So we have to learn to be patient. Let's not pressure the management. Sometimes people think that they know what's best for SB19, but there are also times that we don't know we are already crossing the line. We are fans and our job is to appreciate them, because if we keep on doing that, the boys are able to see it. They also have social media. They'll see our tweets, guys. And what is that gonna make them feel? It's definitely gonna put a lot of pressure in them. That's something that we don't want to happen. I know last night was definitely one of the darkest nights we've ever had as a fandom, but SB19 definitely knew what they're signing up on even before they started debuting. They gave it their all from the start. They might have lost first, but they stood to lose, and eventually they started winning. And boy, we won together. And if we have the capability of winning together, we also need to have the capability of losing together. We're all in this together, you guys, okay? So what happened, happened. The best thing we can do is focus on the future. PPopCon is coming, so let's make sure that whatever happens in PPopCon 2022 will shine a light to the darkness that happened last night. So to close this video, let me go ahead and show you a few messages from our Mahalima during their concert. Have a good day.
Kahit actually nakakapagod yung mga sayaw namin, kanta namin. Pero para sa inyo, syempre di kami mapapagod! Mahal na mahal namin kayo!
At aaminin namin na kayo yung dahilan kung bakit kahit nasa pandemic kami, nagtuloy-tuloy yung buhay ng SB19. Dahil yun sa inyo.
Una po nirelease namin yung Tiyaluha. Wala pa masyadong nakikinig sa amin, parang anim.
Alam mo, tama yung sinasabi mo, Josh. Dati, 6 lang yung nanonood sa atin. Pero ngayon, minultiply na sa 3. 18 na ngayon.
Yun!
We would like to thank UAE Dubai Expo 2020. Maraming salamat po sa opportunity for us to meet our beloved 18. This is one of the chances that we're going to take no matter what happens. Kahit nabiglaan pa yan, kahit umuulan, bumagyo, we will take this opportunity kasi talagang kayo yung gusto namin pasalamatan. Grabe yung supporta niya sa grupo namin. Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat.
Nung una po, sa totoo lang, akala namin, hindi po talaga matutuloy kasi sobrang biglaan. Pero feeling ko, sigat talaga yung gumawa ng paraan para makarating kami dito. Kaya, kasi siguro ito na rin yung way ni God para mas mapakita pa sa amin na marami talagang tao naniniwala at nagsusuporta sa amin. Kaya thank you guys for believing in us, for loving us, and always supporting our group. Huwag po kayong mag-alala kasi hanggat nandyan po kayo, mananatili pong buo yung grupo namin. Kaya maraming salamat sa inyo. And again, We would like to thank Dubai Expo for this. Dahil po sa inyo, nagkatotoo ang lahat ng ito. Ken, next na po, ano gusto kayo sabihin? Okay.
Hindi nagsasalita eh.
Sobrang thankful namin na nandito kami ngayon. Wait lang. Ayun, gusto ko na sabihin sa inyo na mahal na mahal namin kayo and sobrang i-treasure namin kayo kasi without you guys, hindi magiging posible lahat ng to. And ulit namin sinabi sa inyo na kayo yung naging lakas namin. But today, napatunayan namin na gusto talaga namin pumunta dito para na makapag-perform kasi gusto din namin kayong makita.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Pinapangako po namin na babalik kami para makita namin kayo. Maraming salamat po. Mahal po namin kayo.
Dito na po nagtatapos ang aming performance. This has been
SB19! Maraming salamat po! Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!